Alright, and welcome. I've decided to make a few videos. I think that's the best way to put it, just in case if you would need them. These videos would explain some of the mechanics of the game, in case my explanations would not be enough to get a grasp on, at least during the early phases, or maybe you just be in a need of refreshment. Refreshment. Yes, funny refreshment. Alright, so I guess we'll start with the basics. There won't be a lot of videos. I think I'll do maybe like 1 or 2 videos regarding the basic stuff, and then maybe one relatively big video about most of the things about the game. This is not that hard of a run, so I'm not sure if making a full-fledged tutorial video is necessary. Alright, so 60 FPS, you can put the game on Windows with a DXVND. To do so, I'm going to do this. Hello, this is the streaming stuff. We put DXVND with these little settings. Run in window, set your size of the window here. As for the hook, I think no changes much. Prevent window maximize. Put it on floating so that you could move the window whenever you want. Keep cursor fixed, otherwise it'll go anywhere you want. And launch the game in DirectX 9 mode. I haven't changed anything anywhere, so yeah, you don't need to put a single core process here as well. So yeah, shouldn't be that big of a problem. Alright, let's go back to the game. As for the controls, I'm playing on the keyboard. You can play it on the gamepad, but I don't care much. I think keyboard is the best. Default settings, more or less. WA is D for movement. Lift attack is going to be used a few times, so put rather close with telekinesis button, which is going to be used very frequently. Jump button is the second most used key in the run besides the forward one. Action is your attack button plus your confirm button plus you do everything button. Autoface, put it somewhere you can reach with a finger, probably with your pinky, because you're gonna use autoface in at least a single skip. Maybe on another setup, but I'm not sure if I'm gonna teach you that one. Maybe I will, maybe I won't, doesn't really matter, at least now. Soul Suck, not that important, but put it relatively close, or not that close, but just put it somewhere comfortable. You will be needing this to do a very big skip around the end of the run. Look around is your main button. Put it as close to your movement buttons as possible. TK aim is not that important. Might be important for a backup strat after the early section of the run is done. So take it as you want. Sneak is not that important. Might be in a need for a backup strat. Not that important. Pause is not necessary. Remove your pause menu. Just move it anywhere you want. Just put it on 0 if you want. Next river, previous river, put it rather close to each other. Put spectral shift in between. We'll be in need of all those 3 once, maybe like twice into the run, and that's it for the controls. So doesn't really matter if you put subtitles or hints. Same goes for the sound. For the graphics, doesn't really matter what you put here. Just put anything that's comfortable on your end. Alright, so after you start the game, you'll be put here. You can watch the cutscene if you want. This game is pretty cool, casually. Okay, cool as a serious, not just whatever. Fun stuff. For the sake of the learning, there is a knockboard layout at the very top that you can also use. It should be working and showing all the stuff that you need. Alright. So, what we'll be learning for the basics is the actual basics of the run. We'll start with the basic technique called look walk and step walk. So, by tapping your E button, or what would mean as your look button on page 2, look around, E, that's E for me. Might be something else for you, it's E for me. You enter the first person mode. In this game you can buffer certain actions, specifically your movement actions, into the E. So let's say you can tap forward and buffer your movement into E, which results in not that big of a problem. You see, you cannot do that rather easily. So instead of doing that, you can do it the other way around. You can buffer E first and then move somewhere else. Like, let's say, like this. And now you can walk. As you can see, I'm not holding anything, my character just moves. So, how does it work? If your character is rotated to the right side, like this, tapping look and then buffering anything else, let's say buffering your right, would allow you to move anywhere you want. Literally. It's a fun stuff. That's the basics. Let's say you want to do something else. Let's say you want to do a single step. You can do the same stuff. You can do... Well, doing step stuff is a little bit difficult, but yeah, the idea is the same. We use look first, and then we tap the direction we want to move in. So let's say I want to do a step walk ahead. That's it. The timing is a little bit iffy, as you can see, so it's nearly instant. Near instant timings. It's pretty precise. There are not that many cases where you'll have to do this kind of technique, as you can see. So instead of doing step walk, you can do a look walk instead. Because look walk allows you to move freely anywhere you want. You can use up and down to change your camera, which means you can slow yourself down a little by moving your camera up and down, but again, that doesn't really matter much. What matters is the basic stuff related to the movement, because if step and look walk are more or less necessary to do the movement stuff, the actual important bits, I think, will be related to the movement. The fastest way to move into the game is traversing the straight lines. You can use your jump button to go rather fast. This game doesn't really have too much of the movement. You can barely change the direction you're moving in, like real barely. What you can do is that you can jump and then glide a little. You can literally like glide a little. You can further this glide by holding your soul suck button like this. You can hold yourself into the air a little. We won't be using this a lot because you cannot grab ledges with this. If you'll hold your jump button and you'll glide, and yeah, I've just said that, you will be able to grab ledges with this. With soul suck, not so much. Doing both of these is not feasible by any capacity. Like instant turnarounds is not used that well. So yes, that's the fun part. So instead of just jumping, which is fast, we can reduce the amount of upward momentum we're getting, and instead of getting upward momentum, we can instead convert it to the forward momentum by using jump attack. So in this game you have a combo system, so you can do a combo, the ground one, the aerial one. You can also do the drop combo or lift attack, which I'll be refer as a launcher. or lift, doesn't really matter. I don't have it on my knockboard, which is a problem. Hopefully not that big problem, because we'll be using this attack for like 1 or 2 times throughout the entire run. So what we'll be doing is we'll be doing jump into attack most of the times. So we'll be getting this. So the regular jump, well, that's the height of the regular jump height. So it goes around this spot, I guess. So above these 2 rocks, the yellow ones. If we do the jump attack, you can easily see how our height is being decreased by a lot. Now, there is a certain timing to it, because let's say you do a late attack. So that's the good one. That's not a good one. So you can see how we begin to float into the air, and then we begin to move. What you want is the flow. How can you pronounce this word in English language? Flawless. No, seamless. Yes, that's the proper word. A seamless movement. You want to stay in the air for as small time possible, I guess that's the proper way to put it. The less time you stay in the air, the more times you can buffer your jump attacks like this, which makes your movement faster and faster and faster and faster, which is a pretty important part, if I may say. If we are talking combo, there is one more extra bit to say before we actually start doing stuff. Is that in this game, combos can be cancelled by using telekinesis attack. Telekinesis attack can be held like this, or you can use your aim button, which is tied to a Q, to manually select a target or a place you want to shoot your telekinesis at. Usually your telekinesis will be used against the enemy that's closest to you, or the one you're hitting. What you can do is that you can use your attack button, cancel it with the telekinesis. So you can see how we are able to cancel the attack. So let's say we increase the speed, which we do. And now you can see how fast it is. Sometimes you can go into the combo, that's not a big deal. What you can do is that you can just mash those buttons together, like without the actual proper timing. This would still work, more or less. There's one more thing we'll talk about around the end of the run. But for now, that's all you have to know about the basics of the run.